What's going on, YouTube? It is Jeff Toffner here on the Glorious Podcast, coming to you with my 2017 No Mercy predictions. The match card it's being built up as one of the most stacked cards of the year, which I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that myself. The card definitely has some exciting matches. I don't know if I would say it's the most stacked card of the year. I mean, I definitely think WrestleMania was more stacked than this. I mean, if you want to rule out the multi-branded pay-per-views and you just want to look at single-branded pay-per-views, yeah, I guess you could have a point when you say it's pretty stacked. I mean, we got John Cena, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, two headline matches right there, two WrestleMania caliber matches right there. But there's a lot of stuff on this card at the same time as there's many good things I'm looking forward to. There's the same amount of stuff that I am not looking forward to at all on this card. It's funny here, with the way I'm looking at the card here on WWE.com, it's like legit organized the way I would put it. The top four matches and the matches I'm interested in. The bottom four are the ones I could give two shits about. We're going to go in that order. Let's get the bad stuff out of the way first, and then we'll get to the good stuff here at the end. Let's go to a match they just announced the other day. It's the kickoff match. I don't think anybody's going to really care to watch this, but it's Apollo Crews versus Elias. If anybody should win here, it should be Elias. They've been sort of doing a good job building him up over the last few months since he's came up to the main roster. And they really haven't done anything with Apollo Crews. I mean, tightest brand that I don't think. It's been okay with that, but Elias probably will get the win here in this match. I don't know. Were they even feuding? Like, this match is just legit put together out of complete nowhere. I don't remember them even like feuding in the past weeks on Monday Night Raw or whatever. Anyway, there's nothing really to talk about regarding this match, so I'm just gonna take Elias and let's move on to the main card and go to another match that might be good. I'm not really excited about it, but it could be a very good match nonetheless. That's The Miz defending his Intercontinental title against Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan can wrestle. I mean, I come on here just about every week for my reviews and stuff, and I complain about how Jason Jordan does not have a character. And that's probably one of the main reasons why me, including many others, aren't really excited for this match. It's because it doesn't have a character. He doesn't really have a character. There's nothing really built toward it, other than the fact that he's Kurt Angle's son, which I've said 1,000 times, isn't going to cut it. They need to do something else than just he's Kurt Angle's son. And the Miz is defending the Intercontinental title for the first time in a while, I think. Well, he defended against Jeff Hardy a few weeks ago on Raw, but for the first time on a pay-per-view in a while, I think. So I don't know who's gonna win. I expect the Miz to retain. I think they like the Intercontinental title on the Miz. I mean, he's probably one of the best Intercontinental champions of all time, in my opinion. So I don't think they're gonna put the title on Jason Jordan yet. If they do, that will be a bad decision. I don't think he's ready for it. I think maybe you do something with him. Maybe next pay-per-view or whatever, down the road later this year, then you can maybe put the title on him. But I'd much prefer to see Miz retain in this match. And I'm going to take the Miz in this match as for my prediction. Alright, so the next match we got is the Cruiserweight Championship match. Neville defending against Enzo Amore. And I've been saying it for a while, guys. I have this just awful feeling that they're going to put the title on Enzo Amore. I just don't know why. But just knowing how WWE does it, I almost feel like I'm definitely right here. I really feel like they're going to do this. Even though Neville is so much better a champion than Enzo Amore would be. And the whole Enzo Amore thing, I mean, it's just a mess. Enzo Amore, it's amazing how he's just fell off over the last, year or whatever. From, as hot as him and Cass were when they came in, people loved them. I loved them. And then they just really didn't do anything with them as a tag team. They destroyed them on Monday Night Raw. It's another example of Monday Night Raw destroying people. That were good in NXT, came up and they couldn't get it over on the main roster. I mean, it's not that they weren't over. They actually were over. But in the long run, people just they grew tired of them. Nobody cared. And then they just broke them up. They had an opportunity. They could have maybe, put the titles on them, got something going. And then they decided they're going to break up Enzo and Cass. And then Cass gets hurt, unfortunately. ACL, he's going to be out for a while, probably until around WrestleMania. And then Enzo Amore, they decide to put him in the Cruiserweight division, which some people would say is a good decision initially. But, I mean, if they're going to put the title on him, I didn't know that this was going to go this far. I think WWE just doesn't know what they're doing with Enzo Amore. I really don't. I mean, he's starting to get, you noticed over the past few weeks, when he comes out, he's getting booed by the crowd. He's not getting all the cheers anymore. You know what I mean? Like, compared to what he got, I don't know, say back in, January or whatever. Completely different now. He doesn't get that same pop he's always gotten. People are kind of getting tired of the same old thing. Me included. Because it's just, you can't run the same thing over and over again. You got to change in WWE. If you don't change over the years, it's not going to work. No one's going to succeed. Every successful WWE superstar has had to change their character, change a little bit, either turn heel, turn face, or whatever, over the course of their WWE career to succeed. So I mean, if Enzo Amore is just going to keep running this whole the same gimmick he's been running forever now. I mean, he comes out and says the same thing every night. People are just getting tired of it. He's not the best wrestler either, so that don't help. But as for my prediction, I really feel like Enzo Amore is going to win the title. I really want Neville to retain. I will be so pissed, though, if Enzo Amore wins this title. I mean, talk about just making the Cruiserweight division much more an embarrassment than it already is. Vince McMahon has destroyed the Cruiserweight division from within. I mean, so much potential, so much talent in that Cruiserweight division. Almost everyone in that Cruiserweight division is a talented wrestler. Just watch the Cruiserweight Classic last summer on the WWE Network. That just shows you how good these guys are. But then if you put the title on Enzo Amore, I feel like that's just Vince McMahon spitting in the face of every other Cruiserweight competitor. From, anyone, you name them, Neville, Rich Swann, anyone in that Cruiserweight division, Cedric Alexander, TJP, Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, whoever, anyone in the Cruiserweight division. If they put the title on Enzo Amore, I feel like that's what that is. That's just Vince McMahon spitting in their faces, because that is just an embarrassment to the Cruiserweight division, and I hope they do not put the title on Enzo Amore. I hope Neville retains it. Keeping my fingers crossed, but I really don't think it's going to happen. All right, let's move on to another match. Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, Part 2. They had their match at SummerSlam, which I'll give them credit. It wasn't a bad match, the match they had at SummerSlam. I kind of enjoyed it. Finn Balor won. But this match here is just, why are we having it kind of match. It's man versus man. That's the whole gimmick here of this match. Man versus man. Finn Balor is he's not going to be the demon. He's just going to be regular Finn Balor because, if you promote him as regular Finn Balor, everybody's going to want to watch. Everybody's going to get excited when he's just regular Finn Balor. I mean, there is no reason they should be having another match in this feud. This feud should have just ended after SummerSlam. And part of me feels like WWE wanted to end this feud, but then the booking just came to where they got lazy as usual, and they were like, you know what, let's just run this out one more pay-per-view. Or, they might even, who knows, they might even go later in the year with this. God, I hope they don't, but you never know with WWE. They are lazy they're lazy over there. They just don't know what they're doing. But Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, this is one of the least matches I'm, excited to watch or whatever on the entire card of No Mercy. I guess Bray Wyatt's going to win, right? I mean, Finn Balor won at SummerSlam. They're going to give this one back to Bray Wyatt, and that's what makes me think there's going to be a third match in this feud. You know what I mean? And then a match where maybe, whoever wins the entirety of the feud. So, I don't know. I could care less about this feud, to be honest. I didn't care much about it going into SummerSlam. Like I said, the match was okay at SummerSlam. I'll give them that. But, as for the build, it's just boring. It's nothing to look forward to. Who cares? This is kind of, it's too, Bray Wyatt's not bad. He's okay in the ring. You know what I mean? Many people have things they don't like about him or whatever. And then Finn Balor, we all love Finn Balor. He's great. But it's just, the match itself and just what's to it. Let's just hope it's a good wrestling match, I guess, right? That's all I can hope for. I mean, there's nothing, storyline-wise that's, making this exciting. So I'm going to take Bray Wyatt, though, being that Finn Balor won back at SummerSlam. I'll take Bray Wyatt in this match. So let's move on to the big four matches, in my opinion. The matches that I actually am looking forward to watching tomorrow night on Mercy. And I hope that they go in this order here and put these last four on last. That would be great. Just, get all the bad stuff out of the way. Get right in the good stuff. That would be a good way of doing this. We got a rematch for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose defending against Cesaro and Sheamus. These four put on an amazing match at SummerSlam. If you have not watched it, go back and watch their match. One of the best matches on the SummerSlam card. Just a good wrestling match. So that's why I'm excited for this match. I mean, the storyline, the build for this match hasn't been anything special. But as for the match itself, I am looking forward to it because I'm expecting another good wrestling match here. So that's the reason I'm looking forward to that. As for who I think is going to win, probably Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. I don't know. You never know, though. They've been, throwing the titles around, the Raw Tag titles, and they've been doing that with just about every title in WWE. They're just throwing the titles around like hot potatoes with everyone anymore. So I think it would be best decision here to have Rollins and Ambrose retain the titles. Hoping for a good wrestling match. I'm sure it will be a good wrestling match. That's what will make this match a match that everyone looks forward to. That's why I think people are looking forward to it. Because it's four very talented wrestlers in the same ring. And their match at SummerSlam was phenomenal, so expecting something of that caliber or even better tomorrow night on No Mercy. All right, we now move on to the Fatal 5-Way match for the Raw Women's Championship between Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Nia Jax and Emma. Fatal 5-Way, Bayley obviously returned this past Monday on Raw and is now added to the match, which I don't care for that decision at all. I don't know if that should have been. I don't know if that was a good idea, is what I'm saying. Probably wasn't. I mean, I just don't like it. Like a Fatal 5-Way match, there's just too many people in the ring at once. I didn't care for the Fatal 4-Way idea that much either. I was kind of in for it. I wasn't fully, though. I mean, like I said, I'm not, like I've always said on here a lot. You guys have heard me say it a lot on here, but I don't care for, like, Fatal 4-Way matches, triple threat matches. I'm more of just, like, one-on-one original stuff. Because I just feel like it's just so much, there's too much going on when there's, like, especially, like, a Fatal 5-Way match. There's just way too much going on at once. So, I mean, this match could be good. That's why I'm looking forward to it. Because it's just, like, who's going to win? I feel like it's kind of unpredictable. You know what I mean? Especially what they've been doing with the Raw Women's Championship, just throwing it around a lot. Once again, there I am talking about how they're throwing around a title on WWE anymore, because that's what they do anymore. Just change the titles just about every other week. But I mean, I feel like anyone could win this match here. I wouldn't be surprised if Alexa Bliss is a champion if she retained. I wouldn't be surprised if they put the title back on Sasha. I wouldn't be surprised if Bayley won the title, Nia Jax, or even Emma could win the title here. So there's no really one person I'm ruling out of winning this match. That's why I feel like it's very unpredictable for me. I mean, maybe not as much for so many other people, but I feel like it's a very unpredictable match. As for who I think is going to win, I'm actually going to go with Bayley, believe it or not. And this is another situation where it's just like, I don't want to see Bayley win the title here. Same situation with Enzo Amore and Neville. I don't want to see Enzo Amore win the title against Neville, but I feel like he's just going to do it. Same here with Bayley. I feel like she's just going to win the women's title here. I don't know why. I have that gut feeling that it's going to happen. I don't know. I mean, let's just say Bayley was never in the match. I'd probably be taking Alexa Bliss to retain. But I don't know why they're gonna. I don't know. They haven't changed Bayley. You think that after she got injured, they would be able to change her character up, maybe, because she was just failing miserably on the main roster, guys, miserably. Especially right before she got hurt. I mean, she got booed off for all that one night. But they're just, I don't know. They brought her back. She got a nice little hometown pop on Monday Night Raw this past week. But I mean, they're really gonna just change the title. I don't want to see them do it. I don't want to see them change the hands of the title again. Put it on Bayley, and unless they're gonna do something good with Bayley, unless they're gonna do something better with Bayley that they haven't done already with her on the main roster, because everything they've done with her on the main roster, including her title run, has just been awful. They need to get NXT Bayley. That's what they need. If they could do that, then it would be a success. I wouldn't have a problem with it. But Bayley on the main roster is just not working out at all. I'm really curious to see what they do. If they just continue to run the same thing with Bayley that they've been doing, after following No Mercy and so on down the road, then it's not going to work, obviously. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they do, because then again, it's WWE, lazy. They can't do anything. They can't come up with new characters. Just look at, everything on this card. There's so many perfect examples. Jason Jordan, they're too lazy to give him a character. They're running Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt because they're too lazy to come up with something new. So much of that. It's just a continuous trend through this entire card. You see it more on Monday Night Raw than SmackDown Live. It's not as much over there. They do like to, mix things up. I think it really comes down to the writers specifically. I think the writing on SmackDown is just a little bit better than Raw. It used to be significantly better on SmackDown, but now it's a little bit better. SmackDown hasn't been great like it used to be. It's been better than Raw though on most of the time. But I'm gonna take Bayley in this match, guys. I once again, just like the other match, I don't really want to see Bayley win this match here. I'd much prefer, honestly, I'd honestly want to see Emma win, in my opinion. I know a lot of not many people probably do, but I don't know. I think that would be a smart idea. Put the title on Emma. Something different. Just something different. If it's not going to be Emma, just have Alexa Bliss retain, because then I don't want to see the title change hands again. If they put it back on Sasha Banks, I love Sasha Banks, but if they put the title back on her, trust me, they're probably just going to take it off on the next night on Raw, or 2 weeks, whatever. You know what I mean? How can we trust? Sasha Banks legit has won the title 4 times, and they've took it off her. Her longest title reign is 27 days. In her she's had 4 title reigns. 27 days is the longest it's ever been. So that's just awful booking by WWE there. So that's why I don't necessarily want to see her win. Bayley, like I said, unless they're going to do something good with her. And then Nia Jax. I don't know. I don't really care for Nia Jax that much. But yeah, either Emma or Alexa Bliss either retain the title or put the title on Emma, because it would be something different. But as for my prediction, I'm going with Bayley on this match. All right, let's move on to one of the 2 big matches, the 2 headline matches on the No Mercy card. The first being John Cena versus Roman Reigns, the so-called dream match here. A match that I cannot believe we're seeing this match at a No Mercy, a single branded pay-per-view. This is a match that you really expect that they would save for a SummerSlam or WrestleMania, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, a big 4 pay-per-view like that. They're just giving it to us on a single branded pay-per-view toward the end of September, which is very surprising. I don't know why. Like, they really rushed this, too. I felt like they were just like, all right, we got to do this. They've been rushing a lot with John Cena. I mean, like I was saying, it almost seems like you would think Cena's leaving the company or something by the end of the year. The amount of, like, matches are just given away. I mean, we got John Cena versus Braun Strowman a few weeks ago on Raw. We're getting the feud with Roman Reigns. It's just like, wow, they're not wasting no time with Cena here. As for this match here, I've loved the build for this match. I think we all have. The promos and stuff, especially the first one, that was just a shoot right there. I mean, go back and watch that. It's up in its entirety on WWE's YouTube channel. It's almost a 15-minute promo. They destroyed each other, specifically Cena. Roman had a couple nice things, and that's been the case with almost every time they've gotten into a promo the past like 3 or 4 times. Roman says 1 or 2 good things, but then Cena, it just destroys him, and it's just, oh man, they're making Reigns look so bad out there. I'm surprised, and I'm surprised Vince is letting that happen. You know what I mean? Vince loves Roman. So I'm surprised that, he's letting Cena go out there and bury him. But then again, if it's not for Roman, other than Roman, Vince loves Cena too. So, I mean, Cena's the original Roman, I guess, if that's how you want to put it. That's what, what I mean? That's pretty much how they've played it too, the storyline here. As, Roman's supposed to be the next, superhero, this next, big star in the company like Cena was the past, like, 10 years or whatever. Clearly, that's not going to happen. I mean, if they continue to try to push Roman Reigns as the top guy in the company, especially after, like, maybe Cena leaves or whatever, it's not going to work. Even if you turn him heel, it's just not going to work. You know what I mean? And they can't develop stars anymore, too. That's a shame. Because it's really going to hurt when guys like John Cena leave. I mean, you just saw The Undertaker's gone. Yeah, most likely. I mean, speaking of The Undertaker, kind of ironic I brought him up here. I did a video about a month ago on The Undertaker possibly returning on this show here. They've been like, I don't know why, they've been like, some people, there's been, some of the dirt sheets have been picking up, writing, saying that the Taker could possibly return, set up a match with Cena at Survivor Series, which would just continue to, it would almost make sense to happen, believe it or not, if they did that. You know what I mean? Because we have never really seen Cena versus Taker. But then again, it makes, what's the point of Roman beating Taker at WrestleMania? If Taker returns, I'm just going to be like, why? Like, I don't want to see it happen, but at the same time, I'd love to see Cena versus Taker. But then again, I mean, Taker's old now. It's not the same Taker that we had like 10 years ago or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, is he going to return? I don't think so. If you would have asked me about 2 weeks ago, I probably would have said, I think so. But right now, I don't see it happening. I really don't. But if it does happen, I mean, there you go. Again, there's WWE. It just wouldn't make any sense. It would not make any sense at all if they brought Undertaker back here to set up a match with Cena. Why would they, it would just make that whole thing with Roman just completely pointless. Stupid. I don't know. I don't think he's going to return now. It could happen. I'm not ruling it out completely yet, but it could happen. It would almost make sense, though. It would be a way of kind of like maybe him interfering in the match. It would be a way of maybe like getting Roman the win maybe, but at the same time not making Cena look weak. Because I really feel like I don't know how they're going to do this here. There's got this ending in this match. There's no way someone's going to get straight up pinned without someone like interfering or whatever, or a distraction or whatever. This will no way be a straightforward, down the middle, fair match where someone just gets the 1, 2, 3 at the end. Someone's going to have to get involved or something's going to have to happen or whatever, you know what I mean? Like an illegal chair shot or whatever. Something just to make, there's no way they're going to make Cena and Roman, they got to make Cena and Roman rather, both look strong in this match. They can't make one guy look weak. That's what's going to happen here. So I don't know how they're going to win it. It could be like a disqualification or something. Somebody gets involved, which I'm really expecting to happen. I'm going to say somehow, some way, Roman Reigns gets the win. I don't know if he's going to be coming out as the, guy on top or whatever. You know what I mean? He could be getting help from The Undertaker or whatever. Something like that could happen. I don't know. This is actually a very unpredictable match. It should be a good match, though. I'm looking forward to it. The build, like I said, the build's been amazing for it. So, hopefully it's good. Keeping my fingers crossed. I mean, like I said, WrestleMania caliber match. Not only a WrestleMania caliber match, but a WrestleMania main event caliber match. I mean, this is a match people had main eventing WrestleMania 34, but we're getting it here on No Mercy tomorrow night. I don't know if this match is going to go last or before this, the Lesnar-Strowman match. It's listed on here as the second to last match, which I don't know if this probably isn't the exact order of the card here. I doubt that it is. I mean, it's kind of put it in order to like most hyped up match to least hyped up match. Well, rather least hyped up to most hyped up. So I don't know. I don't know. The way the build's been going, I'd much rather see Cena Reigns going last, especially if the Undertaker's going to show up. If the Undertaker's going to show up, it will definitely be the last match. If they do put this on before Lesnar Strowman, then you could probably rule out the Undertaker showing up. Let's just say that. So let's get to the main event, though. Let's talk about Brock Lesnar defending his Universal title against Braun Strowman. The match that's another WrestleMania caliber match. This should be a good match. I like Strowman and Lesnar. They have like a good chemistry in the ring. Lesnar, obviously, it's been rumored that Lesnar's just going to run through everybody. Remember, they had that fatal 5-way match at Extreme Rules, and it was rumored that everyone in that match was going to have somewhat of a little feud with Lesnar, leading up to a big match culminating at WrestleMania against Roman Reigns, which I wasn't favoring. Then again, I think things have changed as they probably were expected to. And now there's rumors going around that Strowman could win the title. But I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, just based on what's happened this past month overall and everything, Strowman has been clearly built up as the guy. They're really making Lesnar, get beat down or whatever. So it's almost basically just saying everything. It's basically written on the wall, guys, that Lesnar's going to retain the title here. I'd be very surprised if Strowman did. Strowman's been getting, everything. They've been really, every week on Raw. He comes out, does something to Lesnar, comes out looking strong. They make Lesnar look weak, but they're going to probably have him come out like a beast at No Mercy tomorrow night and retain the title against Strowman. I hope it's a good match. I have this weird feeling they could rush it, make it like a quick match or whatever. I mean, there's 8 matches on the card, 7 on the regular card, 1 on the pre-show. So, I don't know. I mean, it's looking like it will probably be a 3 hours, close to 3 hour show, at least, probably around to 11 o'clock. So, I don't know. I expect Lesnar to retain, though. I would love to see Strowman win. Don't get me wrong. I would actually much rather see Strowman win the title than Lesnar retain. But just based on what's happened over the last month on Monday Night Raw, it just almost makes sense here that Brock Lesnar would retain the title. I don't know if this is a one-time feud here or whatever. I hope it's not. I feel like these two can maybe go again in another pay-per-view. Raw's next pay-per-view is TLC. So, I have this weird feeling that they might not even have Lesnar on the card for the next pay-per-view for Raw TLC. I feel like, he's been on what? He was on Great Balls of Fire, SummerSlam, No Mercy. That's 3 straight pay-per-views for him. That's rare. He, usually misses stuff, so it's only a matter of time before Lesnar, takes his good old time off and then maybe comes back for Survivor Series. He'll definitely be on Survivor Series, Big 4. He's always on the Big 4 pay-per-views. So maybe we won't see Lesnar again until Survivor Series. But then that just sucks because, presuming he retains the title, there's no top champion on Raw. He runs away with the title, so then you got the TLC pay-per-view. You're trying to build that up as something big. Presuming he's not on that show as well, then, what's the big main event? You know what I mean? What's it going to be? You know what I mean? You don't even have the top title on the show. I have a feeling that the main event of the TLC pay-per-view will end up being a tag team TLC match. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose defending against the Hardy Boys. I think we'd all love to see that. I mean, that would be amazing, if you ask me. TLC, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose defending against the Hardy Boys. That should main event the TLC pay-per-view on October 22nd. I don't know. We'll talk about the TLC pay-per-view sometime down the road. Let's focus on No Mercy now, though. Brock Lesnar's probably going to beat Strowman. I've covered everything else on the card. If any other matches get announced or whatever, they can't be anything special. It's probably going to be another pre-show match or whatever. Or an impromptu match that will probably get announced the night of the show. If they're, maybe going quick. But 7 matches on the main card seems like that should be enough to fill 3 hours of the show out. I'm looking forward to it somewhat. Like I said, there's about 4 matches I actually care about, but then there's another 4 that I could give a shit about. So hopefully it's good. It's one of those pay-per-views where it could be very good. At the same time, it could be very disappointing. So that's why I'm expecting it to be a decent pay-per-view. I'm not really expecting a great pay-per-view or a shitty pay-per-view. I'm expecting it to be somewhat decent. Where I'm going to be sitting here reviewing it after the show, probably saying, there were things I liked, but the same amount of things I didn't like. But anyway, that's it, guys. Let me know what you guys' predictions are for the No Mercy pay-per-view down in the comments section below. Go follow me all over Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. All those links will be listed in the description, below as well. So go follow me all over there. And leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you probably later today with some more news right here on the Glorious Podcast.